We're Transamerica. Transamerica's been around for over 110 years. Okay, we're actually owned by Aegon. Aegon has been around for over 150 years. We have over $500 billion in assets. And Forbes magazine, you're familiar with Forbes magazine, right? Yeah. Okay, Forbes magazine has actually recognized us as one of the top 50 companies that's most recognized and most admired in the entire world. Pretty impressive, right? Yeah. So what we do is we actually educate families and businesses on how to be better prepared for the future. Okay, now all that education that we offer to our clients, we do it all free of charge. We don't charge a penny. Okay, now when we educate our families, we actually educate our families in these 6 different areas. We educate our families in cash flow, debt management, emergency funds, proper protection. Now when I'm talking proper protection, I'm not talking about your home and your car. I'm talking about your money and your family, what's most important, right? And we educate our families in building wealth. Okay, so because the harder your money works for you, the less you have to work, right? Yeah. And preserving your wealth. Now this has to do with taxes. Less in Uncle Sam's pocket and more in your own. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Client, when you look at these 6 different areas, what 2 of these 6 concern you and your family the most? Okay, building wealth and preserving wealth. Awesome. So tell me, when was the last time you went to the doctor and they didn't take your vitals? Yeah, they always take your vitals, right? Yes, well, I'm a financial doctor, so normally I take all of these vitals, okay? But I'm a straightforward person. I like to get straight to the point. You okay with me doing that? Okay, thank you. So tell me, how is it that you spell your last name? Garcia. Okay. And your date of birth, Hector? Okay. And Melissa, you're Elso Garcia? Yes. Okay, and your date of birth? And dependents? You have little Melissa? And how old is little Melissa? Okay. And little Hector? Awesome. How old is Hector? Okay. Now, Melissa, when it comes, you guys, Mr. and Mrs. Garcia, when it comes to goals and dreams, let's talk about short-term goals, 1 to 3 years. What comes to mind? Maybe any major purchases you'd like to make, or I don't know, maybe family vacation or something? Oh, nice. You'd like to go to Hawaii. Have you thought about when? Do you know what island you're going to be going to, or? Sounds like fun. What about long-term dreams or goals, 7 years plus? Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now, what about retiring? Have you guys thought about retirement? Do you know realistically at what age you would like to see yourself retire? At age 65? Awesome. Okay. Now, you did tell me you're working for Santa Ana PD, right? Yes. Okay, how long have you been there, Hector? 13 years? Okay. And Melissa, you're working for the school district? Yeah, and how long have you been there? 17 years? Okay. Now, do you guys see yourself retiring at your businesses right now, at your work? You don't. Okay. Now, what kind of benefits does work offer you? Do they offer you any, health, vision, dental, all of them? Okay. What about disability in life? Do they offer you disability in life? No? Yours does? Okay. Okay. Now, what about anything outside of work? You have anything like any disability, any life insurance outside of work on your own? You don't. Okay. Thank you. Now, you guys, when it comes to debt, let's, when I'm talking about debt, I'm talking more bad debt, not your good debt. I'm not talking about your home and your car. I'm talking more like credit cards and just, unsecured debt. Now, do you feel you have it under control, or do you feel you need some help with that? Do you have less than $15,000 or more than $15,000 in debt? Less. Oh, great. Okay. And your mortgage balance is? Okay. Now, you guys, the IRS actually categorizes taxes in 3 different categories. They categorize it in the taxable, they categorize tax deferred, which is tax later, right? And then tax advantage, which is tax never again. when we're talking about tax deferred, tax later, you guys, you did tell me you had a 401k, right, Melissa? Yeah. And you don't have one, right, Hector? No? Okay. Now, do you have any other plans outside, like any other 401ks, 403bs? No? IRAs, SEP IRAs, annuities, savings bonds? No? Any Roth IRAs? No? Okay. What about cash value life insurance? You just said you have that one through work? Okay. Oh, and you have another one through your life? Awesome. Okay. Now, do you guys like to gamble with the stock market? Do you put any money in mutual funds, stocks, bonds? You don't? Okay. You do have a checking and savings account though, right? Yes. Awesome. What about a will and trust? Do you guys have a will and trust in place? You don't. Okay, that might be something you want to make sure you take care of, okay? We work with some companies that can help with that too. Okay, now do you guys have anything in place for Hector and Melissa? Like any college plans or anything for them? Any type of savings? You don't. Okay. Well, I asked all the ugly stuff, so we got all that out of the way. Now, let's go ahead and start talking about money, okay?